me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Thank you for being here today, and thank you, CFA and SQE, for spearheading today's effort to save the CSU as we know it. My name is Paul Maverick, and I am a graduate student in journalism. I work in the Learning Resource Center as a freshman writing tutor, and I am a proud member of United Auto Workers Local 4123. Thank you very much. Which is the union for tutors, grad assistants, and teaching assistants, representing nearly 6,000 student workers throughout the CSU. Now you may be wondering why student workers like me belong to the Auto Workers Union. Shouldn't people in that union be building cars? Well, you see, the UAW started organizing in other sectors because we don't build cars in Los Angeles anymore. But we used to. In Van Nuys at the assembly plant, General Motors built Chevy Camaros there until 1992, when they moved production to Canada, where the company has zero health care costs because the Canadian government provides universal health care to all its citizens. Hooray for the Canadians, boo for us on that one. And the year they demolished the Van Nuys plant to put up a Home Depot and a movie theater, in 1998, was the same year they opened a GM assembly plant in Shanghai, China, where labor costs are even cheaper. Corporations, you see, feel no responsibilities to their workers or their communities. They're all multinationals now. There are no American corporations, so they don't care about the destruction of our manufacturing base. They don't care about the devastation of our middle class. They don't care that 1/4 of all American children live in poverty today. And they damn sure don't care that your parents can't afford to put you through college. Corporations pledge allegiance to one thing: money. But lest you think corporate outsourcing has nothing to do with us here at CSUN, because sure, fees are going up, but our solid institution is here to stay. Well, what do you suppose online classes are all about? There's a professor in Houston who brags about outsourcing her grading to someone in India. How long before that same professor's job follows her students' essays overseas? How long before our classes are taught by English-speaking instructors who cost 1/10 as much as middle-class American professors? That's right. Academic values have become corporate values, and the same race to the bottom that has decimated our industrial base has already begun chipping away at our university. And when the budget has been slashed, well, gosh, what else could the administration do? Gee whiz, they just had to move more classes online. None of this is an accident. As funding for higher ed continues to shrink, professors will lose positions and get laid off. And students who can't afford to finish school will drop out. Many of us already have. Without the CSU giving us a stepping stone into the middle class, the ranks of the poor will continue to swell, and everyone knows the poor have zero political power. Poor people don't vote in any numbers. They're too busy surviving to pay much attention to politics. And then, no one will remain standing to oppose the greedy CEOs, who will squeeze our nation until they get every last drop of juice, and then they'll throw aside the empty rind and move on in search of the next ripe fruit. As billionaire investor Warren Buffett so famously said, it's class war, and his class is winning. Are we going to take this lying down? No! Are we going to let them destroy our university?
No!
Are we going to let them take away the American dream?
No!
Hell no, we're not! Now, out among you are fellow students and my union brothers and sisters with clipboards and pens and pre-written letters that we'd like for you to sign to join our massive statewide letter-writing campaign to our elected officials in Sacramento. Please take a moment during this morning's rally or afterwards to add your name and address so that our voices can be heard loud and clear even after today's event is over. Join in demanding an end to the budget-cutting madness and a rollback of our increasingly unaffordable tuition and fees. The price of a year at CSUN stands today at over $5,000. Damn right. And each year, it leaps higher and higher. Well, when the California Master Plan for Higher Education was signed into law in 1960, that was our state's commitment to provide all Californians access to top quality education. In 1960, how much do you think tuition cost to attend the CSU?
Tell me.
If you guessed Zero, you're right. How much was the tuition for the UC system? Again, zero. With all the fees added in, a CSU education cost $105 a year. And that same year at UCLA would have set you back a whopping $147. In 1960, we had a higher education system that was the envy of the nation. And piece by piece, they are taking it away from us. The CSU was supposed to be the people's university, and more of the people can't afford to come here anymore. Well, I say, enough! 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 So, how do we get our Golden State back? Well, we need to go after the ones who've taken all our gold. They tell us there's a budget crisis. They tell us elementary school teachers must be laid off. Professors must be furloughed. Classes must be eliminated. Enrollment must be cut by the thousands. Cut to the bone. Meanwhile, General Electric earned $14.2 billion in profits last year. And not only did they not pay 1 red cent in federal taxes, they actually received a $3.2 billion refund from our U.S. government. But how can this be? How can this be? Isn't someone minding the store while these corporate criminals rob the cash register? Well, as it happens, General Electric CEO Jeffrey Immelt just became President Obama's top economic advisor. Boo! Now, closer to home, J.P. Morgan Chase, one of the banks which caused the global recession that brought on our state's savage budget cuts, J.P. Morgan Chase, whose CEO Jamie Dimon was paid nearly $21 million last year, J.P. Morgan Chase, which has a branch at the corner of Reseda and Nordhoff, that J.P. Morgan Chase didn't pay one thin dime in California state taxes last year. Now, in raising our tuition and fees, Governor Brown and the legislature are reaching into your pocket and mine. They are stealing professors and classes and opportunities from you and me, the working people, while each of us who has a job pays more tax than the giant corporations J.P. Morgan Chase or General Electric. They dare to lean on us for more money, while the city of Los Angeles alone has 17 billionaires in it? Well, there's a simple answer to the budget crisis here in California and nationwide. This simple answer can resurrect our master plan for higher ed. It can fix the JCs and the CSU and the UC. It can also rebuild our crumbling roads and bridges. It can pay a living wage to every worker. It can meet the challenges of the climate crisis. It can even restore our broken democracy. Yet this simple answer is made of 3 little words that Governor Brown and President Obama don't want to hear. But they need to hear them. Again and again, louder and louder, until the thunder of the people's voice, shouting these 3 little words, echoes in their ears, until Sacramento and Washington can no longer ignore us, and they must bend to our will for a change. Say those 3 little words with me now. Tax the rich. Tax the rich. Tax the